Hey guys. So, one of my students had asked me a question about using quotes in commercial work. So, let's just say if you are creating printables, printable quotes, maybe printables for merch products like mugs and t-shirts and that kind of thing. The question was basically what kind of quotes can you use that you can legally get away with? And the answer to that is I will tell you the best thing for you to do is to do a public domain quote lookup. Okay. So here I am you can go to whatever search engine platform that you want to use. And that is exactly what I typed in public domain quotes free for commercial use. And then you will see some of these websites come up and tell you what it is that you can use. All right, you're going to want to try to visit a few of them because each website probably won't have all of them. You can also look for some of these related questions or quotes in the public domain. And this is what this basically means. The quote's no longer owned by the author and it has passed into what's known as the public domain, meaning it can be freely used by anyone for any purpose. When that quote passes into the public domain, it's almost always because it's old enough that its copyright has expired. Okay? So, and as you can see here, there are a few different websites that you can visit and some articles here. I like to stick with the most recent information as possible, but you can certainly click on some of these and you'll probably find some relevant information there. However, I took the liberty of opening up this one here, and it tells you these are all before 1923, considered public domain quotes. There's another consideration too if it's 70 years after the death of the author. In some cases, the period is less than 70 years, but to be safe, considering 70 years is better, especially if you think of using such a quote for commercial use. In addition to this criteria, you'd have to be aware of whether or not the quote is being used as a trademark. If so, you cannot freely use it without proper permission from the respected body. Okay, so this is what I would call like a basic guide to go by. All right, and you can look through here, and as you can see, there are quotes said by famous people that are considered public domain. All right, and so you can do a search this way, and you can always browse more public domain picture quotes. And of course, if you're trying to create artwork, you wouldn't use these pictures. I mean, you could, but the whole idea of going into art printables is to try to be creative and original. So I would suggest if you want to use somebody's quote because you find it really inspiring, you would want to make sure that it is in the public domain. And then you might want to take that same quote and maybe kind of search it a little bit further. All right, obviously they've got about 4 pages of this, so you can certainly look. Okay. Another reference you can go to would be Brainy Quotes, Brainy Quote. And as you can see here, there are public domain quotes and you can take a look around and see what is here. All right. And I wouldn't say it's definite, but what I would say is the likelihood that these would be considered safer for you to use would be much higher. Okay. I would also recommend finding out if there is a quote that you came by, even one of these public domain quotes, how to find out if it's copyrighted, or trademarked. All right. So what you would do in that case is you would go to, I went ahead and I opened up that LegalZoom, or actually this was Law Traders, and they're telling you basically what to do, which I had already gone through, but they are kind of echoing that as well. And it's basically you want to go to this website here. Okay, it is it's this one. All right, you would want to go to the USPTO, United States Patent and Trademark Office. Okay, and you would go through what they call the TESS system, which is the Trademark Electronic Search System, or TESS. Okay, and what you would do is you would click on something like that. Okay, and as a new user, you would look, for like a basic word mark. And I think, let's see, word and or design mark. So, but I think you would go to this one. I'm pretty sure that's what they said. And you would look for a term. Okay, so I don't know. We'll just go with something that sounds kind of popular. Roll with it. All right, we would submit the query. Okay, and then you can kind of see here, you can check the status. You know, if you roll with it, they will come. That one looks like it is live. Okay, so let's just click on that and see what happens. Okay, and this is what it's going to tell you. So somebody, and this is actually, so basically, I guess if you try to use, if you roll with it, they will come. This is trademarked. Okay, filing date is quite recent, actually. It's October 11th, all right, of 2019. We're in January now of 2020. Okay, no claim is made to the exclusive right to use this quote apart from the mark as shown. I am truly not exactly sure what that means. All right, the type of mark, trademark, and again, it does say it's live. What I would tell you to do is if you were like, oh, gosh, I really love this quote, but it says it's a live trademark, I would find a way to reword that. Okay, and this is what I'm going to get into really quick. All right, I know that sometimes it can be tough to come up with original work. I know that especially when you're first getting started, you know, you really want to take some of these quotes. Printable quotes are popular, you know, it just seems like kind of an easier, less struggle of a way to get some work out there. And we love quotes, there's no question. People have said quotes over the years that continue to inspire us. I have used, I think, one quote that wasn't actually mine in some of my work, and it was from J. Krishnamurti. And the reason I use the quote is because I find it absolutely profound. But other than that, I personally tend to shy away from using other people's quotes. I think that what you can do is take some of these quotes, find a way to reword them, make them original. Okay? But because this way you'll be covered, and it still doesn't hurt to do a look, but your best bet, if you want to use somebody's quotes, the first thing you want to do, go to public domain. Okay? If it's a specific quote, you want to go ahead and find out if it's copyrighted, and the best way to find out if it's copyrighted is to go through this system here. All right, and I will leave all of these links in the description box to this video. So I hope you guys find this helpful, and if you are creating art printables or t-shirts or any of those things, I happen to have several videos filled with helpful information of just walking you through in tutorial style, you know, just several different things, whether it's how to increase the resolution of an image. And I do have a couple courses on both Udemy and Skillshare about this type of thing, so I will link to those below as well. Please feel free to ask me any questions if there's something that you want to know. But the best thing to do, again, any questions like this, do a search, okay, and do it very specifically. And when it comes to public works, try to see if you can find it in the public domain. And if you're open, just do the public domain quote search for, you know, free for commercial use. And there you will find several things that you should be able to use. All right. I hope that helps, guys, and until next time, take care.